Hello and welcome. Welcome to the briefing room. Right here, this is where we have conversations way beyond the headlines. Now, there are several issues that have been happening, one of which is the fuel price. It has affected not just means of transportation, it has affected the price of feeding, especially with Nigerians really clamoring for change and calling on the federal as well as the state government to perhaps provide some sort of palliative to ensure that people can, survive this trying time. Welcome to the briefing room. Like I said, where we have conversations way beyond the headlines. My name is Estelle Mello. Stay tuned. Briefing room will be right back. It is the last working day of the week. So allow me to say TGIF, happy Friday, and it's the beginning of a weekend. It is briefing room right here. My name is Estelle Mello, and do not forget, you can be part of the conversation by calling the number on your screen right here. This is where we have conversations way beyond the headlines. Now, a couple of things have been happening. Aside the conversation from the APC, the convention rather, that is currently ongoing. We'll take that perhaps on Monday. We'll take a look at details of that, the outcome of the convention. But today, let's look at what happened at the United Nations. Did you know that the United Nations Assembly has voted to recognize the enslavement of Africans during the transatlantic slave trade as the gravest crime against humanity? I think that is a move in the right direction, a move that advocates that hope will pave way for healing and justice. Now, this is something that happened centuries ago. It happened in the 15th century, the 16th century, the 19th century. I was in Ghana in 2023 and I visited the Cape Coast Castle. That is where the slaves were kept. I'm talking about that of Ghana, right? Because they are the ones proposing and calling for this. In fact, they are also pushing that there should be repatriation fund and some sort of apology. And I completely agree with that. Now, the resolution proposed by Ghana called for the designation while also urging member states to consider apologizing for the slave trade and contributing for a repatriation fund. But it didn't mention the specific amount. The proposal was adopted by 123 votes in favor and 3 states against: the United States, Israel, and Argentina. This is quite disturbing, and we should not make light of what happened, the slave trade that happened. This is you literally taking life, denying people of their culture, their heritage. I do not think any individual should be subjected to what happened during the slave trade. Like I mentioned, the Cape Coast Castle, when the historian was speaking to us, he spoke about of how Africans were treated. In fact, we got to, there's a place called the Gate of No Return. He spoke about how Africans were treated because, we're Africans. This is something that has been on for years. And if you look at it holistically, it's still on because we have racism, right? And it's a good move in the right direction that now it has been voted the gravest crime against humanity. While some persons would say, oh, it happened in the 15th century, in the 16th century, in the 19th century. Hello, there are some persons who are still living with the repercussion of what happened in the century. So when we talk about the repatriation fund, I think it's a move in the right direction. And I think if we really want to talk about justice, if we really want to talk about healing, then we need to do all of that. We're going to play a video right here, and this is by the president of Ghana, John Mahama, when this announcement was made. Take a look right here on the briefing room. Take a look.
This success goes to all of you, but most of all, it goes to those who people wanted to be forgotten. This has gone on a record, and the record of the universal body that we all accept, the United Nations, that this was the gravest crime against humanity.
Between 1500 and 1800, around 12 to 15 million people were captured in Africa and taken to the Americas, where they were forced to work as slaves. It is estimated that over 2 million people died on that journey. So when you look at it, having this as the greatest crime against humanity is a move in the right direction. Don't forget that you can be part of the conversation. Drop your comments. We'll take them right here on the briefing room. We had quite a number of reactions on Twitter. We have this one right here from Atiku Abubakar that says, "The moment speaks to the pain of our past and the dignity of our people. The trafficking of enslaved Africans was not just a tragedy for Africa, but a wound on the conscience of humanity. I commend Ghana for helping the world remember, acknowledge, and stand on the side of justice and truth." We have another comment right here, and this is by O.A. Peters that says, "A powerful reminder that history must never be forgotten or ignored. What happened during the transatlantic slave trade was not just Africa's burden, it was global injustice whose impact still echoes today. Respect to Ghana for continuing to preserve this memory and create peace for reflection, healing, and truth. Honoring the past is how we protect the dignity of the future." I have this final comment right here, and this is from Raymond that says, "For many years, millions of Africans were kidnapped, exploited, and erased from their own history. And the world moved like it was normal. Calling it the gravest crime is not enough, but at least it's a step towards telling the truth the way it should have been told long ago." So we have this call right here. Hello, good afternoon, and thank you so much for joining the briefing room. What's your name and where you calling from?
Good afternoon. My name is Sade, and I'm calling from Alapere, Lagos.
Oh, Sade, how are you doing today?
Fine. How are you?
I'm very well. Thank you so much for calling. Go ahead. We'd love to hear your view.
So thank you. My view on the UN General, I'm wondering, like, I think this kind of recognition is important, but it should not just end in words. There should be real actions to support African countries. Yeah. I hope they will implement it, and it's not just going to be said and nothing is done.
Yes. But does it bother you that Ghana is the one taking the lead on this and not even Nigeria?
Yes, that's like you said, Ghana, like it's an African, so it's not just Nigerian centralized.
Yeah.
Yes, it's Africa, but at the same time, we need to see it get implemented for us to believe that they are really going to do what they said and what they stated in the words. We need to see it get implemented.
All right, thank you very much.
I hope that actions are going to be taken.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you, Sade, for calling. We appreciate your comments right here on the briefing room. Thank you.
Thank you.
It is still the briefing room. My name is Estelle Mello. We're having conversation about the votes by the United Nations, 123 votes, and then 3 voted against. And there's some countries who, it's as though they're in the middle. They're neither voting for or against. But let us not take it lightly what happened in the 15th, the 16th, the 18th, and even the 19th century. And I would say this, way beyond declaring it the gravest crime against humanity, I think more steps should be taken to ensure that Africans have access, Africans have freedom. We talk about racism every day. This is what we see on a daily basis. We cannot be treated less simply because of the color of our skin. And it's interesting because as Africans were even growing and moving. When you talk about the entertainment sector, perhaps we've not been so favored in terms of leadership, but you talk about the entertainment sector, it is beautiful what is happening in Africa. So it's a move in the right direction. But just our caller said, it shouldn't end just with the declaration, the repatriation fund, apologies. And regardless of when it happens, remember that government is continuum. So, regardless of when it happened, everyone needs to be held accountable. If there is apology that needs to be made, then it has to be made. But let's come back to Nigeria. Let's come back to Lagos, Nigeria. It's really been difficult for Nigerians to survive this time. You barely see people who can have complete 3 square meal a day. The cost of living has increased. Poverty index has increased. It is going on and on and on. And you would think that the celebrities, the popular people are exempt from this. Oh, I'm sorry. No, it affects everyone. Popular Nollywood actor Kunle Remi has criticized his colleagues' continued support for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration and his re-election ambition and the worsening economic situation. In a video posted on his Instagram page on Wednesday, Remi condemned the administration over the steep rise in fuel prices and the knock-on effects on businesses and everyday Nigerians. Now, if you followed Briefing Room on Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken, we had this conversation right here. And I made mention of the fact that the CEO of Dangote Refinery, I'm talking about David Bread, was on a sister station, Arise, where he talked about, he made a revealing revelation. But before I come to that, let's take a look at this video of Nollywood actor Kunle Remi. Take a look.
Today I bought petrol. I bought petrol for 1,300 and something thousand naira. We don't have lights. We've been running generator back to back. I live on the island, so there's no special treatment. We've been running generator back to back. So I can imagine diesel, most of all the malls and companies, down to the smallest barber shop, run on petrol or diesel. I'm blown away because I'm mentally stressed and I can't even lie. So you don't have light? Diesel is expensive. Fuel is expensive. My staff, a couple of my staff at home are smiling at me and letting me understand that to even come to work now is a problem.
Country too hard. This country is too hard. We are going, oh no, with the vex. Look, our fuel, our everything is too expensive in this country. We have refineries, but they are not working in this country. Nothing is working in this country. And we cannot continue to be in this condition. We are hungry. We are hungry. We are hungry.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are hungry. These are not my words. You saw the video right there. A gentleman who was mistaken to be Asari Dokubo. Apparently, that is the brother of Asari Dokubo, who is seriously lamenting. If you have someone like that lamenting, how much more the average Nigeria on the street of Lagos or even other parts of the country? Listen, it's a serious situation. And it's interesting that APC is having the conversation just right now where we're having the briefing room. The convention, rather, is currently ongoing. And we're looking forward to the 2027 election. What are the parameters or what are the ways we use to measure success when you talk about leadership in Nigeria? What are the ways we can measure accountability when you talk about leadership in Nigeria? It's sad how we've gotten to this point where people who occupy position do not care about what the masses think, or perhaps it's just lip service. Take, for instance, what is happening with the price of fuel. I talked about what the CEO of Dangote Refinery said. So he said that per month. NNPC is expected, or the agreement is that they are supposed to supply about 15 to 20 cargoes. However, they tend to supply 5 cargoes per month. He also talked about the fact that there is a particular quality of crude that is expected from Dangote refinery. They do not give it to them. However, they would have to source for this crude outside international markets. And it's shocking to see that it's the same crude that NNPC has refused to give to or sell to Dangote refinery directly. That is what is being seen in the international market. And then Dangote refinery would have to, get that particular crude at a premium price. Are we really concerned about the people? Currently, the price of fuel is about 1,380 naira. When you calculate that, how much is an average Nigerian earning in a month? Yet we have the convention happening, would have state governors who would come out and expect the people to vote for them. But Nigerians, being who they are, there are some persons campaigning already. We have the City Boy movement that is ongoing across different parts of Nigeria. How do we call for accountability? At what point do we, hold these people accountable? And oftentimes we talk about the leaders. Hello, even as citizens, we cannot exempt ourselves because we're also enablers. And until we learn to hold our leaders accountable, then we are not going anywhere. Don't forget that you can be part of the conversation. We're streaming live right now on YouTube. You can call the number on your screen. We have a couple of comments right here. This is by Pato, and it says we have a caller right here. We're going to take this call right now. Hello, good afternoon, rather.
Yeah, good afternoon. My name is Kolawole Ojo.
I'm
calling you. Yeah,
what's your name?
From Ibadan. Kolawole Ojo.
Kola, thank you so much for calling all the way from Ibadan. Go ahead, we can hear you.
Yeah, concerning the issue of that fuel issues, I don't know. We keep on shouting and complaining, government. I don't know, because we're tired of seeing all these things. We don't understand. They are using our life to play games. We don't understand. We don't understand what is going on. When something is happening in foreign land, I don't know how it's affecting us. We can't continue like this. You understand? Do you know that I have to trek? I have to trek to work this morning because of my teeth fare with what I have with me could not cover for it. Because now I need to go to work and I need to come back home. When I discovered that I won't able to meet up with it, I have to trek some extent to be able to get to work so that I will have some change to go back home. This thing is getting worse every day. And the problem is when this increase of fuel happens, the transporter, they increase their prices. And when they increase their prices, even if the price of the fuel go down, they will never drop it down. You understand? I don't understand. I'm tired of this country. And we have been shouting and we've seen that nobody is doing anything concerning this issue. Now I'm hearing that they are doing convention again. They are preparing to continue to be in power so that we continue suffering. I don't understand. I don't know how we're gonna get this thing right. I don't understand. Please, I don't know if it's possible that we need to get to the top to be able to tell them that masses are suffering. See the roads everywhere just trekking. They could not even afford to enter a commercial vehicle. Talkers of ordering for a ride. Please, we need something to be done. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kola. And I can hear the pain. I can feel the pain, rather, from your voice. Sincere apologies for what you had to go through this morning, getting to work. But thank you so much for calling. We appreciate you. Thank you. These are the realities of Nigerians. Everyday Nigerians. We have a couple of tweets right here. This one is by Pato that says, these are the percentage of price increases across Africa since the war began. The question is, why is the percentage increase in price in Nigeria substantially different? Could it be because we depend on just one refinery? Okay, Nigeria is at 59%, Egypt 14%, Morocco 13%, Ghana 10%, South Africa 6%, Kenya 1%, Algeria 1%, Tanzania 3%, Ethiopia 8%, Zambia 5%, Madagascar 4%. By the way, Nigeria is one of the highest oil producing states. Did you know that part? How come we're having 59% increase? And it's not going down anytime soon. We have 4 state refineries with trillions that have been spent on fixing this refinery. And just in February, the refineries were shut down because of how they weren't really generating funds. There is a very big issue and important questions that this administration needs to answer. Oftentimes we talk about, oh, this didn't happen or this didn't start from this administration. But remember that this current administration saw the issues, campaigned and asked Nigerians to vote them in with the promise of fixing the ills and fixing the issues. How far with the fixing of issues? These are questions for the president to answer. We have another tweet right here, and this is by Depsy that says, completely understand why Kunle Remi is feeling this way. Buying petrol for 1,300 naira, no electricity, running generators non-stop, and still dealing with everyday costs. It is mentally stressful. Why is Nigeria a major oil producer? Is feeling this feeling, it hits so hard. We need honest conversation about our economy, refineries, power issues, and how global events like tension in the Middle East affect fuel prices here. Okay, we have another tweet right here, and this is we have another tweet right here. But we'll go on a short break, and when we return, we'll have this conversation. Don't forget, it is still the briefing room right here where we have conversations way beyond the headlines. Stay around. Welcome back to the briefing room right here. My name is Estelle Mello. Do not forget that you can be part of the conversation. You can call the number on your screen, and we are streaming live on YouTube at Act 1. Do not forget to subscribe and click the notification button just so you'll be part of what is happening here. Let's move on to our next story, and that is for the Commissioner of Lagos State. The Lagos State Police Command has uncovered disturbing and highly depictive tactics used by vehicle vandalism syndicates operating across Lagos. Modification of Mercedes-Benz carjack into weapons. You know what, before I say much, let me allow you take a look at this video, and this is by the Commissioner of Police right here in Lagos State. Take a look.
This way. So this is their rifle, but for you, but it carried the same legal implication in prosecuting them, because anybody you are pointing this to assume that it is rifle. And this is the brain box. This is the most expensive part of the parts they goes for. And so also, this is their spanner. This is their spanner. Once they carry like this and sprang it, you think that rifle is being cocked. And in the process, the civil security guard that doesn't have awareness and orientation about firearms will abandon your gate.
You demonstrate it again.
There you have it. The Lagos State Commissioner for Police, Moshood Jimo, who was demonstrating how suspects transform an ordinary car jack into what appears to be a rifle. And according to him, when struck with a spanner, the device produces a loud cocking sound, instilling fear in victims and security personnel who are mistaken it for real gun. And he says investigation also revealed that the gang operates by disguising themselves as fake security uniform and posing as officials. When I saw this video, I had mixed reactions, especially because there you have it, the Commissioner of Police in Lagos State, who is, making this revelation. But if you ask me, way beyond making the revelation, I do understand the fact that, Nigerians, we need to be more conscious. But I mean, some of these individuals actually use real gun. Some of them use real gun. So when you say to Nigerians, they're not using real gun, when Nigerians have the face of it, people using, the criminals using real gun, what are they expected to do? Listen, security issues is a big one, and way beyond just, showing this to us. Let us know what is being done to ensure that people who are perpetrating these crimes are caught. What is being done? Prevention, not just action, but prevention is also very important. And what is being done in that regard? So just merely telling us that this syndicates, they now use, car jack and the spanner as they pretend to have it as rifle. That is not enough. What is being done to prevent this? What is being done to ensure that the people are caught? Nigerians need to be security conscious. We get all of that. But way beyond just telling us what is being done, how they do it, tell us what is being done just to ensure that they are caught, they are brought to book, and this is avoided, because every Nigerian deserves freedom of movement and right to, security. As it may. It has been an absolutely thrilling time bringing you up to speed with what have been happening in the world of politics and across Africa. Do not forget that you can always be part of the show by calling the number on your screen. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Act1 ACT1NE. Turn on your notification button. The briefing room comes up every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and you can be part of it. Drop your comments right there. My name is Esther Melo. Thank you so much for being part of the show. And until I come your way again, stay out of trouble, be good, be nice, be a good citizen of Nigeria. Thank you so much for being part of the show. Thank you.